G'day, Heath here from pickinglessons.com. Father O'Flynn on the banjo. We're in standard tuning, but this tune is in the key of D. It's a jig, it's played quite fast as you just heard, so you've got to be ready for anything with your fingering as we approach this, and we'll go through it together to make sure that's all okay. In a moment we're going to break down part A of the tune here, but if you head to pickinglessons.com, you'll grab yourself a copy of the tab, all finger marks, right hand, left hand's in there. In the member section we'll break down part B of the tune so we can break it down and have a look at what's going on. You'll also have a play along and backing track there also. Okay, let's have a look at part A now though. Part A, we're in the key of D, but we are in standard open G tuning, so the melody works just fine like this. The jig time, so 6/8, 2 pulses per measure. Yeah, but as we break that down, we have 6/8 notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's what we're dealing with the jig. And essentially our rhythm pretty much all the way through is doing that. Just looking at that first measure, you can see that grouping there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're trying to emphasize the pulse as we play through, and we'll chat about that as we go. It's something that's really important to kind of get for this time signature. Our right hand is at times a little bit all over the place. Some of it's straightforward, but then sometimes you've got to double up with fingers. Being a melodic style technique that we're using, things can change, and because of the 6/8 notes per measure and the note groupings we have to match the pulse, our fingering can be a little awkward at times. So we'll check it all out. So that pickup note that we play here on the A, that's on the 6/8 note as we count in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just before we come in. And then we get to this roll. This is quite straightforward. Except that we have to play our thumb twice, and our thumb will give emphasis to that second pulse as we do that. So rolling backwards, middle, index, thumb, thumb with a hammer on. So we can hammer on to that next F sharp on the 4th fret there, but the thumb doubling up onto the open string there at the beginning of the second beat is really important. So hopefully already we can hear that pulse. Da, ba, do, da, ba, da. And we want to make sure we're maintaining that feel as we go through. Let's have a look at measure 2. Measure 2, we're in this melodic position. So we're coming out of our roll. And we'll play the E on string 2. So open D, the E and open D, there's our first 3 notes. Middle, thumb, middle for your right hand. And then running down the melodic scale here in D to the A. So that's the C sharp, open B, A. Remember with our melodic, thumb for the lower note, finger on the higher note, and then thumb again to the 4th string. So the C sharp, the lower string, it's not the lower pitched note, it's the lower string, and then to the B, yeah, as we move to the higher string and then to our thumb. So just keep an eye on the fingering. So that measure 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can use your first finger on there, on the E as well, that would be fine. First 2 measures, just to practice this time signature that we're going through. 4, 5, 6. With the pickup, 4, 5, 6. Feeling that pulse as we go through is a great idea. Measure 3. More melodic position in the D major scale. So the C sharp, the open D, middle, thumb, middle. Change positions into the E, F sharp, and the G. So we can kick this off with our middle, then thumb, middle, thumb. That's an easy one for the right hand. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Measure 4. Here, what we're going to do is use our thumb on the second time we play the F sharp there, fret 7. So we're starting with a roll. We need to do that from how we've played the previous note in measure 3 with our thumb, the last note there. Moving on to measure 7, we're going to use our index, middle, then thumb, which help us then get into this reverse roll with our middle, index, thumb. So the fingering we're using will be the index, middle, thumb, then into this A arpeggio, middle, index, thumb. So we have 2 notes on the same string. That's awkward to begin with. We're playing the 7th fret F sharp with our thumb, then we're going to use our middle finger to play the E there on fret 5 into a reverse roll. Okay, so these are some of the moments we've kind of got to just work our finger into what the melody's doing. So we're just moving on. The next part is the same. It's like measure 1, it's like measure 2, just the ending here, and then we'll have a quick play through the whole thing. So measure 7 and 8, there's a nice easy melodic run through the scale. So we have the D, C sharp, D, middle, thumb, middle, and then second finger to the E, first finger to the F sharp with our thumb, middle, thumb. Watching the time signature, the feel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ending with, so our F sharp over here on the second string, 7th fret, C sharp, so it'll be index, middle, thumb, middle, pick up note like the beginning. Fingering for both hands is in the tablature, so check that out. Most importantly, the right hand. There are times where we have to play notes on the same string twice following each other, and that can be awkward. There are times later on where we have to kind of double up and play a bit of single string and move into positions for the right hand that isn't necessarily the most comfortable to play, but it's all for the sake of the melody. And the melody is what it is, yeah? And to play it in this style, this is how it's working. Let's have a run through just slowly. So we're gonna make sure we get that pulse in our playing, and we'll just run through this A section once, nice and slow. 1 with the pickup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Now, at a slower tempo, hopefully that's going okay. The real challenge is going to be to get it up to tempo. It's quite a hard tune to play at speed, so do work on the techniques and the fingering slowly and making sure you're getting those solid first, and then you can start to work on bringing tempo up. At pickandlessons.com, we've got the backing track and play along tracks you can download and put in a slow downer to help out. We'll also break down part B of this lesson, and you can grab yourself a copy of the tablature. So pickandlessons.com, I'll see you there.